teaching math is hard, not just because of the content, but because, like reading, the varied levels of the students, the developing, the at grade level, the more fluent students, those students who come to school on that first day, walking through the door, knowing most everything that is in that math textbook already. And because of this, I have for many years felt that I needed to teach two groups, a developing group and at grade level group together, and then the more fluent students, to keep them challenged. But what I'm finding is that the less I rely on the textbook, the more I rely on games and hands-on activities, the less I feel that way. Because as we're playing the games, as we're doing the activities, they themselves are finding ways to advance themselves. And not only are the advanced students doing that, but my developing students are doing that too. And how often was that happening with a worksheet? With a worksheet, they just wanted to get it done. Just give me the assignment, and they do it as quickly as they can, get up out of their seats. They're in such a hurry that they forget to put their name on the paper, turn it in, done. What's next? What can I do now? I never hear that anymore. What can I do now? Teacher, I'm done. I just don't. Because we're doing games, and they are learning and loving it. And so let me show you the game that we're doing right now. It's called Fractazmic. You can't find it on Amazon. You actually have to go to their website, and Wonderful Stanley will provide all that information for you. They have a couple other games that I am kind of interested in checking out too, but this is the only one I have gotten so far. And it's $8 a set, a deck, and I've been storing them in these little crayon boxes that I get at the beginning of the year at Walmart. They're about $1 a box, and I did go ahead and get 8 sets because I wanted my whole class to be playing in groups of 3 at one time. But you don't have to get 8 sets. You could just get a few sets, and you could have your students doing an independent, split them in half and do an independent activity, something like maybe typing club or IXL or something that they'll be occupied and not need you, so that you can play with one of the small groups that is doing this game. Now, it comes with a nice set of directions for an actual game of Fractazmic, but we are not there yet. I just have them playing Go Fish. And the goal of the Go Fish is to make groups of 1. And this is so good because it's teaching them about the deconstruction of fractions. Like 16 over 16 is 1/16 plus 3/16 plus 5/16 plus 3/16, on, and you can see how that goes. So we start with 7 cards, and then you look at the cards, and you then, you say, Liam, do you have any 16ths? And then he has to give them all to you. If you receive what you've asked for, you get 1 bonus turn before it's the next person's turn. And when you have made your groups of 1, then you have to show it to your group to prove it, to help each other check, to say this all adds up to 1. Now, I didn't tell them this strategy, but they figured it out on their own. Not all of them. Some of them are not there yet, but many of them have figured this out. Let's say they're working with the fourths, and they have 2 fourths. They could also get 2 more fourths, or they could whip out a 1/2. And how do they know this? Because I also have them keep their fractions out of the bag ready to use with them while they're playing the game. And they use them. You'll see them building the fractions and using them to play the game. This week I was playing with Zion, Sarah, and Liam G. And Zion said, I think one of the most profound things I've heard in several days now. He said, I don't think I can play a 1/2 and a 1/2 ever again. He just kind of let that hang there in our group. And the others in our group didn't quite get as excited as I did because they're just not there yet. But that's okay. I said, it's just not challenging enough for you, is it? He goes, no, I can't. I have to do something like 2 fourths or 6/12. I just can't do this anymore. He also said, I don't like it when I get the 16ths. He goes, I don't like getting the 16ths or the 10ths or the 12ths. And I said, why is that, Zion? said, because then you have to get so many. And I know this is coming. Pretty soon he's going to say, oh, if I have 8/16 and then I have 4/8 or 1/2, I won't need as many cards. Do I ever see my students on a worksheet trying to make it more challenging? Maybe there are students out there who do that. I just was not privy to seeing that with students. I don't often see them making a worksheet more challenging. I don't see them having rich conversations on a worksheet so much. Now, this doesn't mean I don't ever use the book. I do use the book sometimes. I will have the book out and I will be writing the problems on my whiteboard, and then they are there with their whiteboards writing the problems down. They love it. It's like they're at my feet. They come out of their desks. Some of them prefer to stay in their desk, but they're at the carpet, like if it were something really special, like read aloud or dear, but it's math, and they don't want it to stop, and I don't want it to stop. We look forward to math. They love it, and we are becoming more and more a thinking classroom, not just a procedural classroom of this is the lesson we're going to do today. Now do your worksheet, turn it in, and be done. We are becoming a thinking classroom. We are becoming thinking teachers. And how wonderful it is that we can spend time and work together on making math engaging and more fun and still a struggle, but not scary for our students. So thank you for being with me today, and I really look forward to being together with you very soon again next week. Bye-bye.